Let's get back to that breaking news. Manhattan prosecutors say they oppose any efforts to drop the Trump hush money case. However, they say they remain open to delaying that sentencing until after Mr. Trump ends his time in office. So the tentative sentencing date already scheduled for November 26. Will it happen? We have yet to hear the judge's decision. Evan McMorris-Santoro is a reporter for Notus. He joins us now. Okay, so Evan, what are you seeing in that breaking news? What do you think is going to happen with Alvin Bragg? What do you think is going to happen with Judge Marchand?
This is one of the most fascinating parts about the transition to the new presidency, right? We have never seen a president who has been convicted of crimes take the oath of office and become the president of the United States. And you're seeing how this might play out here in New York with Alvin Bragg talking about this sentencing. Alvin Bragg, who is also an elected official himself, right? He doesn't want to drop this case. His prosecutors, they won. They feel good about this. They want to go ahead and take the win and get their sentencing. But they also are trying to thread this needle between, look, the guy is going to become president on January 20th. And so this is a really interesting look at what the future, the future of this presidency might be like, where you have this maybe over the president's head for his entire term of office. Is he going to be sentenced? Is he not going to be sentenced? What's going to happen? This is one of those things that as you see this president take office and you see him deal with states like New York that would like a lot of federal help, needs a lot of federal help, you have to see how these things are going to play out between the elected officials like Alvin Bragg, the governor here, and the president who has been convicted of these crimes. It's a very delicate political balance. And I'm really fascinated to see what the judge will actually do with this and what comes next.
All right, and we also want to ask you about that breaking news out of Mar-a-Lago, the selection of Mr. Lutnick for Commerce Secretary. What do you know about Mr. Lutnick, and how do you feel senators who have that confirmation process ahead of them will feel about him? Already, the senators are dealing with quite a bit of controversy where Matt Gaetz is concerned.
Well, that's right. I will say senators are relieved after hearing about Matt Gaetz and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that this is a more palatable Republican nominee for a cabinet position. But as Caitlin Huey-Burns mentioned in the last segment, this is a nominee who's really focused on the tariff program that Trump has promised, right? This idea of across-the-board tariffs all over the world in an attempt to bring jobs and rebuild American manufacturing. I got a lot of reporting coming out about this tomorrow in the Notus newsletter, actually, about how possible this actually is in this trifecta the Republicans have found themselves in. A lot of Republicans don't want to do tariffs. They think they're a tax. They are in opposition to big business who doesn't want to do tariffs. They want to have more unfettered global trade. And so this guy taking this position, this Commerce Secretary position, suggests the Trump administration really is going to push hard on this tariff stuff, and it could end up being a real tension point with these Republican senators that he has to deal with. So it may not be that the nomination is as hard to get through the Senate as maybe Matt Gaetz might be, but it does sort of portend a difficult future when it comes to these trade policies.
Evan McMorris-Santoro, thank you so much for being on CBS News 24/7. We hope to have you back.